That's like the show that somebody should do that they can't do.
Well, I've been pitching Grind City Media After Dark. And
I
by
know.
pitching
You've been pushing that for like 5 years.
I've just been yelling at people, hey, let me do Grind City Media After Dark. Just a show at, it's me, that's my mic. Yeah, just a show at like 1:45 in the morning. Nobody is up. You have to, and you catch it live or you don't see it at all.
The problem is, all you need is one person to be up to like record it,
To clip it.
yeah, and then you're screwed.
But then it's all on me then at that point. We don't have any of the signage up. So even if it's clipped, like you won't know that it's Grind City that did it. Just CJ out here being reckless, raw at 1:45 in the morning.
What makes it Grind City live?
Huh?
What makes it the Grind City live if it's just you doing it?
Grind City Media After Dark. Yeah, we'd have to
that's
fix
what
the
I mean.
name. Good point. We'd have to figure it out.
Or maybe there's a way you could we could make it like the backstory is like you somehow got access to the codes.
Every week I break in and do this.
You
do
hacked
this one
Darnell
show.
and got
I've held somebody hostage to get into the studio. And
you don't even have
this
to get in the
terrible
studio.
show.
You can just do it from home. Like Roser does those like after the games where he's like sitting between those two potted fake plants.
Yes.
You could do that
Oh gosh. Just at home
at 1:40 in the morning
on my back patio. Turn the back light on and just sit out there.
wearing a tank top.
Yep.
sitting-
just looking real tinfoil hattish.
Socks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, socks, absolutely. That'd be good
and
stuff.
flip-flops. Yeah.
Yep. So listen, been pitching it. I even wrote up a proposal for it. It didn't get past D-Nail. He's like, nah, we not doing this.
But
I really want it.
We need some sort of conspiracy theory show. I'd love to do that.
A conspiracy theory one?
Yeah, just like talking about that stuff.
Okay.
My wife's been watching all these UFO shows lately. There's some movie coming out. Have you seen that? Like,
No.
there's some. I think it's coming out in theaters like in the next week or two. That's supposedly like the biggest. It's a documentary about UFO stuff, and it's supposedly like the real deal. The guy was on Bill Maher like last week talking about it.
Okay.
Amazon helped fund this thing, and like they've got like Marco Rubio's in the movie talking about stuff he's found and like all these like actual like Air Force people and stuff. Like it sounds pretty crazy.
Wasn't one of those things with things living on them coming this way?
Yeah, there's always something.
Yeah, I feel like last week it was, there's a meteor coming. And everybody was like, that is an actual UFO right there.
I had
There's
one
an
in the
actual thing on that.
in the Grind City Media newsletter today. The headline is "Strange Signal Detected from Mysterious Interstellar Victim."
That's it. That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
There's one of those every week. What's up, y'all? It's like, we don't call them UFOs anymore either, CJ.
What do we call them?
UAPs.
Unidentified astro projectiles?
UAP. I believe that's what unidentified anomalous phenomena.
Okay.
Which is sort of what this show is today. Welcome into the Jessica Benson show. I'm sitting in for JB. I don't know where JB is, but she ain't here. So I'm here with CJ, and we're going to get you through today and get you onto your rest of the day and onto the weekend because it's Friday. Some stuff we're going to talk about today. We're going to start on the Grizz. And then we're going to talk about some football that's been going on. Last night's Thursday night football game with the purple uniformed New England Patriots. We're going to go around the sports world. There's a bunch of other NBA stuff happening. I'm actually looking to see what else CJ had written down here. Big college football stuff this weekend, so we'll get to that too. Our RAGGOWs. Bunch of games this weekend. We'll talk about Steph Curry and Under Armour and what seems to be a breakup happening there. MVPs got named in baseball. This is a baseball program, so we're going to talk about those guys. We'll have an argument. CJ and I are going to debate, should Aaron Judge have been the American League MVP? And then we're going to get into It's Music Friday, so we'll talk about all sorts of stuff, not just music. But there was some music stories. There's other stories too, and some farewell to the penny. How about that? Never thought we'd see that in our lifetime, did we?
I brought mine.
That's a dime. Okay. Looks like it done. We'll say farewell to the penny. All right. Anyway, that's today's show. Hang in. We'll be right back in a second. You're watching Jessica Benson show here on Grind City Media.
You're lying to the people about debating. I can't debate that. What are
Sure
we
we
doing
can.
here?
Would you want the other side?
No, I can't do either side. What are we talking
You
about?
can have the big dumper.
Oh, give me big dumper. Are we off?
The heaviest metal credit card of all time. rumored to be one of only 18 in existence. Plated with the very same tungsten that forged the International Space Station. And wielded at business dinners like a samurai sword. It's a classic corporate power move. But the real power move? Having end-to-end visibility on your most critical shipments. FedEx, the new power move.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
It's early, but top 4 in win shares per 48 minutes in the NBA right now, Cedric Coward is in that group. Do you want to know who else is in it?
Who?
Victor Wembanyama, Luka Doncic, and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I like that company.
That means the American player with the highest win share per 48 minutes, Grizz rookie Cedric Coward.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
You're the other white meat. How can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it. I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
The only thing better than Saturday Night Hoops is when it comes with an exclusive Grizz hoodie. Every Saturday this season, $60 gets you a Grizzlies ticket and a limited edition Grizzlies hoodie. 4 different hoodie designs dropping across 4 Saturday games. Not sold anywhere else. Don't miss your shot to collect all 4 designs. Grab your tickets and gear up now at grizzlies.com/Saturday.
For the sunshine, gotta own a day like it's all mine. Just got paid in his own time. Been working hard, I've been on the grind. I deserve this feeling, having my way. I've been on this healing. This is my day. The sun's out, hey, let's have a little fun now. Hey, I wanna let it all out. Hey, that's what it's all about. Hey, hey, 'cause I deserve this feeling, having my way. I deserve this healing. This is my day.
Grind City Media presents The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. Live from the Grind City Media Studios on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What's up, y'all? Welcome into the Jessica Benson Show here on Grind City Media. I'm Lang Whitaker. He's CJ Hurt. He's Jalen. We got a show for you today. It's Friday, and we're going to get through a lot of stuff. CJ, did you hear Jalen in the headset ask right before we came out live? He said, do you still have that sweater?
What sweater?
I think that turtleneck.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have it.
Yeah.
I hadn't broken it out.
I've never seen you wear it except for that photo.
Yeah, no, I don't, because I'm not wearing that to work in.
Right.
That's a I got a fancy thing to go to, and it's cold outside. I don't go to a whole lot of fancy things, and most of the fancy things I go to are
not outside.
And warm. So
right.
like that's a my
Special
most
occasion.
Special occasion turtleneck. We got the Orpheum soiree tonight though.
Oh, what's that?
That is the Orpheum every year to sort
fundraiser type thing?
Yeah, fundraiser type thing to sort of celebrate the Orpheum and try and raise funds and raise money. There's a silent auction that'll be going on. There's a live auction. I'm pretty sure that'll
Will
be
you
going on.
bid on anything?
No, I'm poor. I can't afford that. No. A goal though is one day.
You're definitely going to be silent during the auction.
Oh, very, very silent, real quiet. But they do things. It's themed, so I can't wear the sweater there because it's a theme.
What is the theme?
Back to the Future.
Ooh.
So they always theme it on one of the shows, right? One of the shows from the season. Back to the Future is coming through, so I got my Back to the Future 80s outfit on.
I saw that yesterday. I saw a news headline that some dude got arrested in a DeLorean.
Get out of here.
And I didn't know those still were around. Like, I guess you can, I don't know. You have to get one used and like fix it up, I would assume.
That would be my guess.
Because they were, even like in the 80s, not a lot of people had DeLoreans, you know. I took piano lessons and this dude across the street had a DeLorean from my piano teacher. And it was like, you know, some suburban neighborhood, and it was just parked in the driveway, and he was out there constantly working on it. I never saw it running. I never saw it go anywhere, but he was like redoing the body and making parts work and all this. Like, but I've never known anyone who had a DeLorean, or I've never actually seen one on the street.
The first and only time I've ever seen a DeLorean was we went to Universal a couple weeks ago. It was just bobbing about Universal. I was like, that's a DeLorean right there. It's like, oh, okay, that's where they put it.
They used to have a ride at Disney. It was a Back to the Future ride. Did you ever see
Disney?
that? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was at Disney because it seemed weird that it was at Disney. But you could, and you sat in DeLoreans and like flew around and went through the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's talk about some sports stuff because I stayed up, unfortunately, last night and watched that Patriots game. Man, I kept waiting for the Jets to do something down the stretch, and they just kept fumbling their way out of it. Justin Fields couldn't get anything done. But the real story here is Drake May. It's really making me rethink my ability to judge football players because I've been out on Drake May for a long time, and now this dude has won 8 games in a row. I looked this morning because I was curious about this. The leading candidate for NFL MVPs. Right now, Drake May is the leading candidate for MVP of the NFL. He's plus 235. He just passed Matt Stafford last night. He was number 2 to Matt Stafford. They won 8 in a row. Now it made me wonder, like, why was I so out on Drake May? And I think part of it was because his name was Drake.
Really? You were hating on the Drake name before Kendrick started really going in.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, but a lot of people were, let's be honest. It wasn't just me. But also, like, he's that line of North Carolina quarterbacks, like Mitch Trubisky, Sam Howell, and then him. And you're like, all right, none of these guys are any good. They just get a lot of buzz because they're from UNC. He's actually really good. I was watching last night, and, like, they give him time is one thing. Justin Fields is so frustrating because, like, he stands there in the pocket. And you know, like you always hear the announcers talk about having that clock in your head and knowing when to do something. Justin Fields does not have that clock. He gets in the pocket, he stands there, and he just either stands there until he gets sacked or until he's forced to do something. But he would stand there for 5 minutes if you let him stand there. Drake May just seems like a game manager, smart quarterback who can he's athletic enough. He can get out of the pocket. He can run the plays. He can run the offense. And clearly something's going right because they won 8 in a row, which is so disappointing for me. A longtime Drake May hater, but a lifetime New England Patriots
Lifetime?
hater. Yes.
Like
since the Super Bowl.
Okay, all right. Well, everybody hates the New England Patriots now, but it's all because of what happened in the 2000s, right? Nobody was hating
cheating.
Nobody was hating the winning. Nobody was hating the Bill Parcells Patriots. We didn't know that team was up there in New England. You didn't?
Oh, no. I was, ever since the cheating allegations, that was the part that I was like, all right.
But that's
I kind of knew something was weird.
Post-2000.
And then we heard about it, and I was like, yeah.
That's post-2000.
I also didn't like Tom Brady.
Post-2000. Nobody. Again, the Patriots have existed a long time.
Oh, they did? I thought they started.
I'm pretty sure they did.
That's
how little we thought about
I thought they were
them.
an expansion team.
They were like Buffalo's little brother. We're like, there are 2 teams up there. Buffalo's a good one, and then there's that other
I have
team.
vague memories of Drew Bledsoe and Steve Grogan and Tony Eason. When I was a little kid. That's all I know. I don't know who else. That was in the 80s, I guess. I don't have any 90s history of the Patriots.
They may as well have not existed.
Yeah. They were like the Falcons in the 90s. And then all of a sudden.
The Falcons got to a Super Bowl. Shout out to the Dirty Bird.
Yeah, and lost. Our captain of our defense got arrested for soliciting a prostitute the night before the Super Bowl.
NFL Man of the Year.
Well, right after the ceremony. Yeah.
Right after.
Classic Falcons. As a Falcons fan, all you can do is laugh. Like I said, we lost last week to the Colts in Berlin in overtime when they let Jonathan Taylor have like a huge run to win the game. And I said, you can take the Falcons out of Atlanta, but you can't take the Falcons out of the Falcons. They'll do it worldwide, no matter where they are. Anyway, back to the Patriots. Yeah, I've never been a big Patriots guy. I was at the Super Bowl when they had the 28-3 comeback against the Falcons. It's been a tough run for those of us who don't like the Patriots. And now it feels like they've got something going again. You figure when Belichick left, like it's going to turn. They're not going to be able to maintain this long era of success. And now they've got the MVP playing quarterback that they drafted, and they've got a coach who seems like it's working again. I don't know if this continues into the rest of the season. I wonder if this is just like a 8-game span in the middle of the season where they kind of catch everybody and no one's ready for them, or do we need to worry about the Patriots going into the postseason?
I think so. Right, the Patriots and the Colts, and throw the Broncos in there also.
No, I don't. Let's don't throw.
Okay.
Bo Nix is in the same category as Drake May to me. Like I don't believe they're good.
Because Bo Nix, yes, I'm with you. Because I also didn't and still don't believe in Drake May. But Drake May's not going to turn the ball over. You know, if Daniel Jones doesn't turn the ball over, that Colts team is good enough to get to an AFC Championship game and win it. Yeah. Same thing with that Broncos team. The difference in the Patriots and the other two is that May, to his credit, has done a much better job of taking care of the ball than the other two, right? If they just, those defenses are so very, very good. And the offensive line for the Patriots is great as well. And then you got Henderson going out there with 3 touchdowns yesterday, 2 rushing, 1 receiving. That's just a team that is built really, really solidly. And it's not built on, hey, we got to get one of these superstar quarterbacks and hope that it all works out. No, that is a complete team right there. And you got to start believing in them at some point. Why not after the 8th game of the 8-game win streak, a game where they held the opposing quarterback? I know it's the Jets. I know it's Justin Fields. But at one point in time, I remember Justin Fields, after the first preseason game, saying the NFL is easy. It's a little slower than college, actually, for me.
They won the coin toss. The Jets won the coin toss and elected to be on offense first.
Yeah.
And even like Kurt Herbstreit was like, wait, what? Like the announcers were confused. They're like, why would you want to be on offense first? And they were like, the offense has been so bad. Herbstreit was like trying to search for answers. He was like, maybe they just want to try to prove that their offense is back. And they went down the field and scored a touchdown on the first possession. So you're like, all right, they got something.
First opening drive. Listen, I saw that touchdown. Was like, this is Lang theory right here.
Yeah.
First drives
you don't
matter.
count first drives.
Don't count the first drives. It's all scripted. But that was their first touchdown on an opening drive since week 16 last year. Yeah. So even with it all being scripted, they don't go down the field and score. That Patriots defense held Justin Fields and the Jets, if we're going to call it holding something. He had 4 completions for 27 yards in the first half. Right? Like, what? Yeah. I understand Garrett Wilson is on IR. He got put on IR right before the game, but still, to go out there and do that to anybody is impressive.
Well, there was also that play in the second half where I think it was 4th down. Mitchell was running like a sideline. It might have been 3rd and short, and they threw it like a bomb down the sideline to Mitchell, and it hit him in the hands.
He just dropped
it. But then there was, and you're like, all right, well, it's not Justin Fields' fault. Then there's another play where it's the same situation, and he hit the defender in the back with the pass. He was open down the sideline. He underthrew it so bad that the defender Gonzalez didn't even turn around. He just hit him right between the numbers on the back. Speaking of the numbers, you see those uniforms the Patriots had on last night?
I did.
I didn't know this till this morning. They're called the Nor'easter uniforms.
I feel like we talked about the Nor'easters when
it's like their city edition uniforms.
Yeah, the last time. Yeah, we talked.
I have not talked about them.
We talked about it because it's all of the teams in the NFC.
Maybe we did.
And in the AFC.
I don't remember seeing them until
because I think we were so focused on whatever the hell Miami had going on.
I asked my wife, who used to work in fashion. It was on the TV, and I was like, "What color would you say these uniforms are?" And she said, "Purple gray."
Oh. I didn't know we could.
I don't know. I sent a thing to Jalen of what they looked like. They were sort of gray, sort of cement color, sort of blue, sort of purple. They were very strange looking. And on TV, it was very odd. Like, because you're used to seeing the Patriots in blue or white, you know, or I don't know, the
red every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think of them as blue, red, white, and blue. They want to be known as like America. There you go. The NE kind of looks like a high school thing on the sleeve.
It looks like it's the new edition font.
Yeah, well, they were playing like the Johnny Gill and Bobby Brown out there. They were awesome last night. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about those uniforms.
So,
Anyway.
do you believe in the Patriots? No. So the Patriots, they're
9-2.
They lead that division. They're ahead of the Bills. Do the Patriots win that division, or do the Bills? The Bills are sitting there at 6-3.
Yeah.
Do the Bills catch up to them? Right now, the Patriots are in sole possession of first place in the AFC, not the AFC East, the AFC.
Yeah.
But that's because the Colts and the Broncos haven't played yet this week.
Colts and Broncos are all have the same. They're 8-2. They're both 8-2, same as the Patriots.
The Patriots are 9-2, aren't they?
Now,
Yeah.
because they played the game,
Yeah.
the early game. So once the Colts and Broncos play, they have a shot to be 9-2 also. I mean, the Patriots have 2 losses. If they lose 2 more games the rest of the way, that would put them in 9th place right now. Like, it's pretty tight at the top of that AFC between Patriots, Colts, Broncos all have 2 losses. Chargers, Bills have 3, and then Steelers, Jaguars, Chiefs all have 4. So there's a chance that the Colts. I wonder if this is like the classic getting hot too early. If you're a team, you know, like you don't want to. You want to peak at the right time, and it feels like this is their peak right now.
Listen, the team won 4 games 2 years ago and 4 games last year. You got to get these wins in, man.
I guess so.
You got to go get them. I hear what you're saying. That's a good point. But, like, that's a good point for somebody like the Chiefs or somebody like the Bills. That's for a team as bad as what the Patriots have been post Tom Brady.
Eagles. I think the Eagles are that situation. Like, they need to peak at the right time, and the Chiefs need to peak at the right time. I guess, yeah. Like if I'm a well, then again, if I'm a Patriots fan, I'd be like, yeah, we won 4 games. We want to win as much as we can right now. At the same time, you're like, we know what it takes to win titles. You got to peak at the right time.
You know what it takes to win titles with Tom Brady. You don't know what it takes to win titles, man.
Maybe they cloned Tom Brady. Maybe that's what's
He
going
cloned
on.
his dog.
I know. I'm saying maybe they did the dog and Tom Brady.
Well, people have been getting real reckless on the internet. They say that Tom Brady did give his DNA to somebody about 20-something years ago or so, and maybe May is the byproduct of that.
Maybe a UAP. We got a UAP situation, unidentified person happening in New England. All right, let's take a break. We didn't even get to the Grizzlies or the NBA, so we'll do that on the other side of this break. You're watching the Jessica Benson Show here on Grind City Media.
Check this out. Last season in the NBA, there were 139 40-point games. We're like 5 days in, 6 days in, and we have had 16 already. It is on pace for over 300 40-point games.
Holy crap.
Sheesh. That would be the pace.
Yeah.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. The Grizzlies are the one thing everyone in the family can agree on. So join us every Sunday this season for Sunday Family Fun Days. It's a steal at just $35 and includes a ticket to the game, a $10 food voucher, post-game free throws on the court, and a meet and greet with mascot Grizz. Space is limited, so grab your tickets now for this unique experience your family won't soon forget. Go to grizzlies.com/Sunday and have a fun day.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing compares to catching your Grizzlies IRL. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight. Put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get Grizzlies tickets at Ticketmaster. Whether they're here at FedEx Forum or on the road, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Check this out. Last season in the NBA, there were 139 40-point games. We're like 5 days in, 6 days in, and we have had 16 already. It is on pace for over 300 40-point games.
Holy crap.
Sheesh. That would be the pace.
Yeah.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Welcome back.
Those are great, aren't they?
I don't know what's going on. He's got these like graphics flying around. Welcome back to the Jessica Benson Show. CJ has his hand up.
Quick statement. The DeLorean ride
is
back
Universal.
is at Universal. But there was a DeLorean.
I think they got rid of it.
Yeah, they did. 2007, I think.
All right.
There was a random DeLorean just parked at Disney World one day in 2022, and everybody's like, "Wait, what the hell is going on here?"
Yeah.
But yeah, so
DeLorean seems like a car that Disney would have invented.
Walt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it would belong in like Future World or whatever.
Yep.
Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland with Figment in them. Yeah.
Future World's a good name though.
It is.
When we were at Epcot last year, Figment's on that one ride, you know, like it's about imagining. It has Robin Williams in the video and stuff. And I was on the little roller coaster with the group we were with. We had my son and his friends and all the parents, and it broke while we were on it. And you're like in the dark and, you know, on this kind of like small hill or whatever. And we sat there for a couple minutes and they came on the loudspeaker like, everyone just be calm. We're working to get this repaired. And they couldn't fix it. So they came and like, there's like a little track along the side of it. And they turned on all the lights. So we all got to see like the behind the scenes. And we had to walk along the little side thing. Although I was taking all these photos because I wanted to send them to those Disney blogs, you know, like,
yeah,
here's what it looks like behind the scenes. And the I don't know what it was, the imagination station or something like at Epcot.
We got stuck. The under the sea ride where you're just riding riding the shells around watching the Little Mermaid story play out. We got stuck on that for like 30 minutes. And we would go a little bit and then it would just stop.
Yeah.
And then when that stops, Sebastian the crab comes on. It's like, hey, Ursula the Sea Witch has caused some sort of thing to happen. Let me go check and I'll get you guys back up and running. It's like, all right, man. After the 4th time he said that, I was like, all right, Sebastian, shut
up, Sebastian.
Shut the hell up, Sebastian. Good, I'll make some crab rangoon. Stop playing with me, man.
We're talking about this so we don't have to talk about the Grizzlies game tomorrow night. The Grizzlies are playing the Cleveland Cavaliers in Cleveland tomorrow. It's not actually tomorrow night. It's a weird start time. It's 4 o'clock start time tomorrow on NBA TV.
Okay.
So it sort of fits in perfectly in between college football games because you get the 2 o'clock. 2:30 is the Alabama-Oklahoma game. It's on ABC. And then Georgia-Texas is tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. So you can like kind of toggle in between all those games. The Grizzlies, of course, have lost, 3 in a row? And it's not just that they lost 3 in a row, it's that they just haven't really competed.
Two.
No.
Celtics, Knicks,
then the last one here.
Oh, Thunder.
Thunder.
I forgot about the
Yeah.
Thunder game. Okay.
Yeah, Memphis comes into the matchup as losers of 3 in a row. Cavs are 4-2 at home. Cleveland 0-1 in games decided by 3 points or fewer. Grizzlies 1-4 on the road, 2-7 in games decided by 10 points or more because they're not close. I feel like we're at the point where we're like, we just want to see a competitive performance. I would hope tomorrow night is the return of Zach Edey against a big Cavs team with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. You know who actually is averaging 18 points and 6 rebounds while shooting over 80% for the last 10 games for the Cavs? Naquan Tomlin.
Really?
Memphis Tiger. I had no idea he was like putting up those kind of numbers.
Yeah, man.
This is an AI written preview, so it might not be correct.
It's crazy to think that there's been a bunch of talent here from a college basketball standpoint. They hadn't quite been able to put together a Sweet 16.
When we played Dallas,
Minot was starting for crying out loud for the Celtics.
When we played Dallas the other night, Musa Cisse checked in, and he was the best player on the Mavericks that game. Like he looked like somebody created him in 2K. Like he's giant, running up and down the court. I was like, why can't we get a guy like that? Somebody can just run up and down the court and catch lobs and block shots.
Hell, Jalen Duren for the Pistons. Just got to look at him earlier.
It's sort of like Georgia in the 90s. Like we would have all these incredible football players and never win anything, but then they go to the NFL and they'd be amazing. Yeah. That sort of feels like what Memphis – but Memphis has had a lot of bigs, it seems like, the last couple of years. Even Dane Danger last year, like I don't know if he's in the G League, I think, but there's been a lot of those guys come through here the last few years. So Grizzlies, like we said, playing the Cavs tomorrow at 4 o'clock. I don't know what to tell you. I feel like this team, I've thought about it a lot, though, the last few days. Feels like we were in the Taylor – tell me what you think. We were in the Taylor Jenkins era, right? He leaves. We hire a new coach. And it kind of feels like we all just thought, like, we would just pick right up where we left off. And instead, like, we're kind of in this – we're in the upside down. We're in between the two eras and trying to kind of figure out how does this connect to this? How do we change from this to this? And everybody sort of looks confused and out of sorts on the court. But as fans, like, we didn't expect there to be any sort of like layover there. Like, we all just thought, like, all right, we're just going to pick right up and keep going.
Yeah, I think fans and most media members thought that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be an ungrateful potato, but like, you know, I know what Jaren is and what he has done, and I know what Ja Morant is and what he has done as well. And I don't want to take anything away from what they were and what they are probably still capable of, are definitely still capable of. But like, yo, man, they got to be so much better than what they've been.
Yeah.
Jaren's got to stop with the silly fouling, because this team without Jaren on the court is completely different than this team with Jaren on the court. And Ja's got to find a way to get better looks at the rim, get better shots that he actually wants
He
to
got
take.
like that Thunder game where he shot 3 for 18. Like, he got good shots. Like, if you look at his shot chart, it's all like free throw, floater, jumpers, like stuff in the paint, pretty much. Like, and it's kind of the place where he lived and got fed last season. They just weren't going in. And I was sitting in the pinnacle level behind the basket. Every time he shot it, I was like, oh, that's in. And then it would like hit the rim and bounce out. It kind of felt like an unlucky shooting night from Ja. He's not going to the free throw line, though. And part of that is, you know, you can see the frustration from him. That's been like that the last 2 years, though. Like, he drives in the paint, tries to get at the rim, doesn't get the calls. Maybe he needs to get better at flopping or falling down or whatever when he shoots, but he's not getting those shots. And then after those two guys, like, I get it. Like, your next most important guys are probably supposed to be Zach Edey and Ty Jerome, and neither of them have played yet this season. You don't have a backup point guard because of that. So and Javon Small's been hurt too. So like when you're starting Vince Williams at point guard, you know it's going to be a rough go of it. But they don't really have any other options. Even when they started played that Charles Bassey guy last week, like, he comes in and gives you like a double-double right away. It looks awesome. I feel like they just need more bodies and more guys who are able to give effort and play well.
I think playing well is the part. I don't think this is an effort thing when I watch. It looks like everybody is trying.
There's plays where you're like, all right.
It's
against the Knicks. There was
game.
that play where and Fred Katz wrote about it in the Athletic today, where it was like a 3-on-5 fast break, and Jalen Brunson just ran past everybody and got a layup, and Isolo called a timeout.
Yeah, but that happens. Those individual moments happen in a game. Even with the best teams, even with the Thunder, there'll be a 1.5, 2-minute moment where it's like, oh, they're not playing hard for whatever reason, and the reason is probably because they're tired. And then the coach calls a timeout. Coach says something in the huddle, maybe yells at somebody in the huddle. Everybody comes out and they're back playing hard. The Grizzlies, I feel like, to your point, they need better talent.
Yeah.
And it's hard when you've got, four? We're going to say 4 rotation guys out? Now, if it's 4 rotation guys out, who in this rotation right now gets to stay? Well, does anybody get to stay in the role? I guess Santi gets to stay.
That's
Cedric
the thing,
Coward
is like,
gets to stay.
People are like,
who else gets to stay?
I keep seeing people say like, well, Zach Edey's not going to make a 30-point difference in a game. Ty Jerome's not going to make a 30-point difference in a game. No. But if they're in the starting lineup, those guys who are starters are going to be in the second lineup, right?
And Jerome's not in the starting line.
Right, but whatever.
But I got you.
It changes the math. And I think that changes the math of your second unit against other teams' second units too. And maybe you're not losing what you're losing there. Although the Grizzlies bench is the number 2 scoring bench in the NBA. They're averaging 50 points a game. They've been great. So some of those guys, I think if anything, it makes your bench stronger and makes your starting lineup stronger. And you don't have to dig out from 30-point holes in every single game if that's the case.
And it's at here recently, there's been a point in every game where you see them beginning to let go of the rope, and they just, once they start letting go of it, they just don't have enough to pull it back, to get it back in there.
There's that 19-0 run in one of those games.
Jaren fouls out to the point of Jaren in these silly fouls. Jaren goes up to contest, has a good contest on, was it Hart? Everything in me feels like it was Josh Hart. Has a good contest on somebody late in the first quarter, and just decides to swipe down for some reason. Like, no, Jaren, just go straight up. So he's got 2 fouls in the first quarter, so he's fouled himself out. So he goes to the bench, and the Knicks go on a 29-4 run with Jaren on the bench, a part of that 19-0 run that you're talking about from the first quarter to the second quarter. The run ends when Jaren comes back in the game, and what does Jaren do? He gets the bucket. He gets the bucket that ends the run. Like, that's how important Jaren Jackson Jr. is offensively to this team. There were moments against the Celtics, and Brevin and Pete pointed out on the broadcast, like, yo, Jaren is being triple teamed, and they still can't get good looks at it. So Jaren is one of those players who bends a defense, who just has so much gravity when he's on the side on offense that it shifts the defense and they change what they want to do. Ja's that way as well. But if dudes aren't making shots, and they haven't been making shots, and if nobody else can give them anything at all to work with, that late in the Thunder game, Ja comes down the court, kicks it, penetrates, and kicks. Kicks it to open Jaren, kicks it to open Jalen Wells, and both of them missed threes that would have cut that lead from 5 at one point to 2, and from 7 at one point to 4, if I remember correctly. Like, it's that type stuff where they've got to get better. And maybe getting better players to help them do that.
I've written in my notes a couple of times the last 2 weeks that I see Jaren getting double teamed more than I think I've ever seen this season. Like, he'll come down the court, and they're just running doubles at him to get the ball out of his hands before he even gets to the three-point line. And then we saw that stat from, I think Nikias posted it on Twitter the other day, Nikias Duncan, about that they were Ja's seen the most double teams of anyone in the NBA this season.
Like 80-something%.
Yeah, so like the two of them are both getting forced to give up the ball quick, and then it's on these other guys to make plays. And I think if you can upgrade the others, which is kind of what we're talking about by having better players available to you, I think it changes the math of the whole thing. But.
And they're giving it up by design. If it was me, I'd say, I don't care. Go out there and force it, you two. Go out there, you get double, split it, and get to the rim if you're a giant, or split it. Don't get an offensive foul, but split it and get to the rim if you're Jaren. Y'all go out there and get buckets. But the way the system appears to be set up is more egalitarian, more shout out Jessica, but more let's pass this ball around and just let whoever gets the open shot take the open shot. And I understand that, and in a perfect world, that makes sense. But which is the better shot honestly. A open Jalen Wells 3 or a Ja Morant floater in the paint. Which one of those would you most rather have? And I'd rather have the Ja Morant floater in the paint.
12.
Yeah.
I actually, last night, I ended up, as soon as that Patriots game ended, I was flipping around just trying to find live sports to watch somewhere because everyone else in my house was asleep. So I ended up on NBA, the League Pass, and I was watching the Hawks-Jazz game. Like, you got to kind of be a basketball sicko to just on a random Thursday night at 10 o'clock, you're watching Hawks-Jazz.
I heard Marketing had a good game, and I heard the dude from the Hawks had a good game.
Jalen Johnson. Like,
there we go.
He's the kind of dude, he could walk in here and you wouldn't know who he is. You know what I mean? Like, he's sort of, like, you'd say, oh, that guy plays in the NBA, but you don't probably know who he is. He played 41 minutes. He had 31 points, 18 rebounds, 14 assists, and 7 steals. Like, these are like video game numbers for he put up last night against this Jazz team. The Hawks got the win, 132 to 122, and they are playing really well without Trae Young. So I don't know what we make of that. But the whole time I was watching that game last night, I was like, wow, they look pretty good without Trae Young. The Cavs, who the Grizzlies are playing on Saturday night, Cavs lost to the Raptors last night, 126-113. Scotty Barnes just missed a triple-double, 28 points, 10 boards, 8 assists. And then the Suns blew out the Pacers. Suns are 8-5 this season.
5-game win streak.
Yeah, the Suns are like, they got a little something fun happening there. Devin Booker at 33-7. Grayson Allen's been really good for them this year. I think Nick Richards has been good for them. They're kind of catching some people by surprise, I think. At some point, they're going to not – they also beat the Pacers last night. So, put a little star on that victory. But – they got the win. The other big news in the NBA yesterday was that Steph Curry and Under Armour are parting ways. I don't know if did this make your radar, CJ? I'm on the Sneak Fest group chat, so I get a lot of that. But they have parted ways, ending their long-standing partnership. A couple of weird things about this. So Curry brand was, I guess, licensed to Under Armour, and so he can keep Curry brand. All these detectives were in full force last night on Twitter. Under Armour apparently owns the logo, the Curry brand logo, that 3 with the basketball type thing. So, like, I don't know if that goes with him or if that stays. The other weird thing is that the Curry, I think it's the 8, his next signature shoe is already scheduled to come out in February. So there's going to have to be some sort of Under Armour release of the next Curry shoe. I don't know if that means he has to keep wearing the shoe. If he's not part of them anymore, can he wear other brands? Famously, Nike had a shot at, Curry wore Nikes when he came out of college at Davidson the first couple of years in the NBA. And then there was a meeting with Nike, and they screwed up the PowerPoint. Nico Harrison allegedly part of that meeting. And then Curry ended up going to Under Armour, starting his own brand. Under Armour bet big on him, and it worked great. Under Armour tried to get into basketball for a long time and other sports, and it just hasn't really worked for them. Under Armour kind of got known as a football brand out of Baltimore, and all these high school players wore it, college players wore it. That's why University of Maryland's been an Under Armour school. Under Armour CEO Kevin Plank went to Maryland. So I don't know what happens now with Under Armour, if they're just going to focus on football now, if they're going to try to get back into basketball. The problem with football is that, like, not a lot of people, unless you're a football player, buy it.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a point, I don't know, when I was at Slam, where they tried to get into running shoes. They made running shoes for a little while. They made outdoor shoes. They made these basketball shoes. They've had baseball players wear cleats. They've tried to kind of branch. I think Jordan Spieth wears it too. Like they've tried to branch into other sports with not a lot of success so far. And football has kind of been their bread and butter. And maybe that's kind of what they just go back to and try to just stay as a football brand and let Nike and Adidas and everyone else hang on to the other stuff.
Who's their signature athlete now? Who, like, at one point Under Armour had Cam Newton. And that was
Didn't they have Ray Lewis at one point?
Maybe they had Ray Lewis. I remember them being like, people flocked to Cam Newton. Cam Newton was a cool guy, still is a cool guy. Somebody who you don't mind being an ambassador.
Well, I went on their Under Armour website and it says athlete roster, and there's a big picture of Steph Curry on the top of it.
Well, that's because that's the only one I can think of.
Let's see, baseball, basketball.
Joel Embiid?
No, he wears Skechers.
Okay.
I'm on the Sneak Fest group chat, so this was a big topic last night. Basketball, they have De'Aaron Fox. He wears Curry's, though. He wears the Curry brand. He has his own signature shoe within that. Kelsey Plum, Davion Mitchell. I mean, it's not a lot of big names. Seth Curry. All right.
Is he staying?
Huh?
Is Seth Curry staying?
I don't know. He's not even signed at the moment.
All right.
Football players, they have Luther Burden III, Zay Flowers, Marcus Freeman.
The coach?
I guess. He's on this list. Justin Jefferson. I guess he might be their biggest. Cam Ward is still signed on them. They had Dion for a little while. You remember that? Dion left Nike and was with Under Armour and then went back.
That was way towards the end of that career, though.
They have some soccer players. Mikel Arteta.
So maybe that's what they do. Maybe they just go all in on international and say, hey, let's go get soccer players.
They have Jordan Spieth, Maverick McNeely. They have a couple of golfers.
So easily, Steph is the biggest athlete.
The problem though is so the football, the golf, and the baseball, and soccer. All of those are cleats. You're wearing cleats. We aren't buying cleats.
No.
We are never going to buy a pair of cleats.
Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Does Justin Jefferson, to your point, if Justin Jefferson dropped a tennis shoe, people would buy it.
Maybe. I mean, kids love Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
My son and all his friends, they're really into Justin Jefferson. I'm not so much into him. I just don't know, if you're Under Armour, where do you pivot to kind of get relevant outside of cleated shoes? And maybe you don't. Maybe you're let's lean into this. Let's just be the brand that does this stuff, and Nike can have the other thing, and we don't ever grow that big.
The issue is Nike has cleats also.
I guess.
Yeah, the whole Nike has is
But
quite
that was
large.
how Under Armour got into this. They were the high school football sport. And so maybe that's what they're let's just focus on that. Yeah, let's focus on high school football and get kids wearing these shoes everywhere. And remember the commercial they used to have?
We must protect this house.
Protect this house. They got to protect the house. So Steph Curry's leaving. I don't know where he ends up. That's going to be the interesting thing, see where Curry brand ends up. Does he go to Nike? Does he go to Adidas? Or does he go somewhere else kind of small and become a big thing? Skechers has been signing all these guys. Puma has LaMelo Ball, and that's about it. Or one of these Chinese brands, Li Ning, they've got Dwayne Wade sort of in a similar deal to this where they signed his company. Maybe they do something. Anta has Kyrie Irving. Maybe they go after him. There's this one. Do you know Jokic wears? 361. It's what Kentavious Caldwell-Pope wears, the same brand. So I don't know. There's a lot of options. You would think Steph Curry's at the end of his career, though, so maybe it's not as lucrative as it was for some of these other guys. All right, let's take another break. We're going to get back here. We've still got it's a baseball show. CJ's going to break down the AL MVP vote and the National League MVP vote. We're going to talk about the voting the NFLPA does, and we got a lot of other stuff. RAGGOWs to get to. You're watching the Jessica Benson Show here on Grind City Media.
Watching the Grizzlies is easy with FanDuel Sports Network. If you have cable or satellite, you're all set. Find us on your channel lineup. You can also use your TV provider login to watch games on the FanDuel Sports Network app. No cable or satellite? Subscribe directly to FanDuel Sports Network online. You can also watch on Prime Video by adding a FanDuel Sports Network subscription. Not sure where to start? Visit FanDuelSportsNetwork.com to learn more.
Now that's the new edition way.
I feel like there's another level we can take it to.
What you think, Mike? 2 steps ahead of you, Slick.
What's good, bro?
What you doing, man?
I'm in.
Woman, you don't even know what I'm getting ready to ask you.
Here's the vision. All 3 of us on the same stage every night. Gonna be crazy.
No barriers, no separation.
It'll be like 9 kings and a queen.
The next level starts now.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzly stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
It's early, but top 4 in win shares per 48 minutes in the NBA right now, Cedric Coward is in that group. Do you want to know who else is in it?
Who?
Victor Wembanyama, Luka Doncic, and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I like that company.
That means the American player with the highest win share per 48 minutes, Grizz rookie Cedric Coward.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
Just a ham. You're the other white meat. How can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it. I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Check this out. Last season in the NBA, there were 139 40-point games. We're like 5 days in, 6 days in, and we have had 16 already. It is on pace for over 300 40-point games.
Holy crap.
Sheesh. That would be the pace.
Yeah.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Welcome back to the Jessica Benson Show here on Grind City Media. I'm Lang, he's CJ, he's Jalen. It's Friday. We're trying to get you through this show and get you onto the Gary Parrish Show, which starts at 10 o'clock. Before we get to the regals, a couple of things I wanted to hit. One of them was the MLB MVPs were announced yesterday. In the National League, Shohei Ohtani won unanimously. How do you argue with that? It's like the best pitcher and the best hitter on the team that won the World Series.
You know, I can't argue with it.
Well, now I want you to argue the AL MVP because Aaron Judge was named the American League MVP. But there's some people who thought it should have been Cal Raleigh, the big dumper, aka the big dumper. Aaron Judge has now won the MVP 3 times in the last 4 years, and there's been a lot of debate about this. He ended up with 355 votes. Cal Raleigh had 335 votes.
It was close.
Judge, so you vote first. You vote for first place, second place, and third place.
Yeah.
Judge had 17 first place votes and 13 second place votes. Cal Raleigh had 13 first place votes and 17 second place votes. Jose Ramirez finished third. He had no first or second place votes, all third place votes. So those two guys were like by far the runaway contestants in this thing. I guess the argument is that Aaron Judge has been doing it for a long time. He's in New York, hits a lot of home runs. To me, Cal Raleigh, like I would just give it to him because he plays catcher, which is like the hardest thing in the world to do. I played catcher in high school. It's not fun at all. And to do it and to be as great as he was this season, to hit as many home runs as he did, I would go Cal Raleigh, not Aaron Judge. Who would you have voted for, CJ?
Big Dumper is who I would have voted for.
Just because of the name?
Just because of the dump truck that man is carrying. Boy, if you got a wagon like that and you dragging it the right way, I'm going to vote for you, dog. I think that the voters would say
he had 60 home runs.
He led the Dumper
Judge
the league in home
53.
runs. That's the thing with them. Like they both got the stats for it.
Judge got walked a lot more.
Judge got walked a lot more. I do believe he had a better batting average as well and significantly more RBIs. At one point in time, he
125 to 114.
Yeah, at one point in time, he had significantly more RBIs. And so I think that if you're taking all of that into consideration from an offensive side of things, then yeah, I can understand that. But to me, Big Dumper, one, because he also plays defense. He's also a high-level catcher. Did he get a Gold Glove this year? Will he get a Gold Glove?
I'm not
Do we
sure.
know yet? I don't think they've announced
just
the Gold.
They did. They just announced him.
Okay. But one, position matters, and two, what he was able to do for a franchise that had never seen that type of success. I think I would have put Big Dumper one as well. Like team success does play a part of that. and his team was really, really successful. I would have voted Dumper one.
The Yankees won the World Series last year too.
And Judge too.
I would go Dumper too. Nothing makes me feel older. Like I've watched baseball my entire life. I watch the Braves every single night during the regular season. So I read about baseball. I'm intimately familiar with baseball. CJ, nothing makes me feel older than the way people like quantify baseball nowadays. Like we grew up with batting average, home runs, and RBI, right? So this thing is like, here's on ESPN. It's like, here's the tail of the tape. Judges, and then OBP is a big one now, on base percentage. I get that because it uses walks along with batting hits and other stuff to like determine how much you get on base. Judge had a higher on base percentage than Cal Raleigh did. Okay. What about who do you think had the higher WRC plus?
WRC plus. Listen, I can't.
What about the higher F WAR?
I can't.
Yeah, that's where I kind of, with baseball, I'm like, all right. Like, and I know if I spent an hour learning about this, I'd be fine. But I'm kind of like, no. Like, I just want to know, like, your batting average, how many home runs, and how many RBIs you get. I'm the old man. Get off my lawn, you kids.
Gold Glove catcher this year is Dylan Dingler from the Tigers.
Dylan Dingler, yeah.
So he didn't get that. But
the other thing before we get to the regals, did you see that the Jets apparently want the player association to stop putting out the polls of they poll the players anonymously to see which franchises treat the players the best, I guess. And then every year they put out these rankings of their grades of the teams and the franchises. And apparently the NFLPA, they asked the NFLPA to stop putting out report cards, as they call it. And it came out that it was the Jets who were sort of leading the charge on this. The Jets, I believe, also got an F last year.
They got several of Fs.
Yeah. I like it. I like the report cards.
Yeah, and
the Chiefs always get really bad grades on that thing too.
And you do the report card so free agents know, hey, this is what you're walking into.
But don't they
go here.
Players talk to each other? They know.
Yeah. And also to put pressure on said franchises to improve.
There's
right?
a whole like page on the NFLPA website, like a whole section, report cards. I'm looking at it right now.
Jets were 29th in the NFL last year. They were 21st. So here's the thing. They were 21st 2 years ago. So last year's 2024. 2023, they were 21st. And the thought by the Jets players is the owner was so mad at being 21st that instead of trying to make it better and improve, he actively went out of his way to make things worse.
Also,
so
the Jets, their grades are mostly like B's and C's all the way across. They got an F in one category from the players. Ownership.
Yeah.
But some of these other teams got F minuses in different categories. The Buffalo Bills have an F minus in team travel. So I don't know what that means. Maybe they don't fly on a first class plane. I don't know. Why would
maybe they need to upgrade their amenities on the plane.
The Arizona Cardinals got an F minus on locker room.
Yeah.
And an F in weight room.
Yeah.
But they got a B in nutritionist.
And so speaking of nutritionists, one of the things in 2023 that was really, really good for the Jets was their food and nutrition program. Yeah. That got a B plus that year. And immediately after this, he fired that guy, got him the hell up out of here. And that guy, to his credit, I can't remember the dude's name, but he ends up going to the Chiefs. You brought up the Chiefs struggle with this sometimes. And he immediately, in 1 year, upgraded their food and nutrition program.
Falcons have A's and B's all the way across, and they're just not a good football team. The Cincinnati Bengals, A+ locker room, B+ training room, A- training staff. Treatment of families, F-.
Well, that is
food dining area, F.
So some teams make you pay to eat, which is ridiculous. To the
players, they make the players pay to eat?
On the family thing.
Oh, on the family.
Yes. They
the
make
actual players.
They make the actual players pay to eat. But on the family side of things, there are some teams who have like a daycare where you can drop your kids off at, and they have like amenities set up in game for where if you got small kids, you got to play, but your family can go someplace with the small kids and kick it and watch the games. And so if I'm coming from a place with that, and then I show up to work and you're like, yeah, it'll be $18.50 for your meal a day, and it's like, wait, I gotta pay, and then it's, oh yeah, I got my kid here. Can I drop my kid off at daycare? No, we don't have a daycare. I'm gonna give you an F2.
Who do we think of as like being the worst owner in the NFL?
The worst owner in the NFL.
I'm just trying, like, who do we think? Is it the Jets? No.
Well, yeah.
I was just gonna go.
Woody Johnson. Woody Johnson. Incredible adult film star name. Terrible name for an NFL owner. Like and like the Jets have been bad for a while. So I would say the Jets. I would say the Panthers, and I will throw in the Titans as well.
What grades did the Titans get in this? B+, all B's and C's. A- on head coach.
I think
They
that
fired the coach.
I think that if you go back a couple of years, the Titans got an F in family. And it was because they didn't have something as simple as not having a on-site daycare for the kiddos.
The lowest grades in head coach are the Bears and the Jaguars.
And this is from last year, correct?
It says 2025. It
So
can't
is
be
it- is
that.
it- so it's gotta be this year then.
No, but they're good. Now, maybe they did it in January of 2025.
Maybe.
You know, I don't know. Anyway,
Maybe.
let's get to our regals. There's a bunch of games this weekend. I'm fired up. I planned my whole weekend around being home tomorrow night at 6:30. My wife invited some people over for dinner. I was like, fine, you got to come at 5 because at 6:30 we're flipping on to ABC to watch the Georgia Bulldogs host the Texas Longhorns. Georgia's favored by a touchdown in this game. Arch Manning's had 3 straight games where he's been good. 3 straight 300-yard, 3 touchdown games. Texas seems to have turned the corner a little bit. Georgia, I finally feel like instead of being a defensive-oriented team like we've been the last 5 years, we're starting to be an offense team. Scoring 40 points a game. Gunnar Stockton seems to have command of the offense. They're getting the ball. They can run it. They can pass it. We got tight ends. We can block as everyone's starting to get healthy on the O-line. We're at home. Beat Texas twice last season, and I feel like Georgia's going to win again this year. I'm hoping they do. 1 touchdown favorite in that one. So Georgia, Texas, tomorrow night, 6:30 on ABC.
That's a good game. Texas fans were behaving as a bunch of ungrateful potatoes for a while
Last
there,
year.
and they've kind of turned the corner and are back believing in.
Oh, I
what
thought you meant when they threw all that crap on the field.
Well, no,
against Georgia.
they were absolutely ungrateful potatoes in that moment. I'm just talking about in general the roller coaster ride that is the college football season, where it's like, oh no, Texas is bad at football. Oh, woe is me. And then you look up and they get that win over Vanderbilt and look good for the most part doing it. And you're like, oh no, we're back. They got their chests held out, real proud. Like this is one of those like playing game type situations. I don't think the loser of this can get into the CFP. So, and I expect, we talked about it on Odds Couple. We broke this down. Grind City Media subsidiary.
You don't think Georgia gets in if they lose them? They've only got one loss.
They would have 2. I'd have to look
They
back
would have
at
lost
the
to
schedule.
Alabama and
and
Texas.
Texas. Who would they have? And this is assuming Georgia, all things hold.
Yeah.
This is assuming Georgia Tech is still good. So they'd have the win over Georgia Tech. They'd have the win over
They beat
Tennessee.
They beat Ole Miss.
They'd have
They
win
beat
over
Miss
Ole
State.
Miss. So maybe Georgia might still
I think
be
for
able to get
Texas,
in.
though, this is
Texas,
like they've got
for
2.
Texas, this is.
Yeah, this will be their 3rd loss.
This will be a loss to Ohio State, to Georgia, and who else has Texas
It was
lost?
somebody bad, like Vanderbilt or something like that.
No, it wasn't Vanderbilt. They
but
beat Vanderbilt.
I'm looking. But anyway,
this is a good game.
I think Georgia is like, now I feel like they can just outscore teams, which they didn't seem like they could do the last few years. Like their punters punted like once in each of the last 3 weeks.
Oh man.
So like they're a team that's able to put up points. Texas, number 10. They lost to Florida.
Oh, that's
right.
the one. Yeah, that'll do it.
29-21.
Those damn Gators, boy, they're not going to be
I
good.
mean, they
but
barely
they're-
beat Kentucky 16-13.
A win is a win, man.
They beat Mississippi State by 1 score, 45-38.
That was overtime, too.
They beat Vanderbilt by 3, 34-31.
Well, they ran Vanderbilt and took their foot off the gas, but I
Yeah.
got you. My first game is Notre Dame Pitt. Speaking of
Marcus
sort
Freeman.
of plays, Marcus Freeman, and play-in type games, Notre Dame, we're looking at Notre Dame's resume now, paying attention to what the Irish have done and are doing and things going on around the college football landscape. Like, people are not impressed by Notre Dame's resume, and nor should they be to this point. Notre Dame's best games, most impressive games, have both been losses up to this point. When you think about the loss to Miami on the road by 1 or 3?
27-24.
So 3 there, and then the loss the subsequent week to Texas A&M by 1 point, right? Like those are the 2 best games to date for Notre Dame. Both of those teams, Texas A&M is probably going to get into the CFP, right?
Yeah.
And same thing with Miami. If they can find a way to win the ACC, they need a lot of help. But Miami could be a playoff team. So losing those types of games won't necessarily hurt you. But what hurts Notre Dame is they have nobody good on the schedule.
Yeah.
Pitt is the only good team that they have on the schedule. I guess you say they beat USC, so that's one. You beat Pitt, that gives you two. We're talking about quality of wins, not just how many games you won. You need to get as many of those as you can if you're Notre Dame.
They boat raced Arkansas.
Not good.
Arkansas.
Not good.
They beat Boise State 28-7. What about NC State?
Not good.
At some point, you could have looked at those games and thought, oh, these teams are okay. NC State's like okay.
No.
They beat them 36-7.
I don't think NC State is bowl eligible.
What about Boise State?
Not good. Boise State lost to South Florida.
NC State is 4-3.
Come on, man.
Boise State. I can't believe I'm arguing for Notre Dame because I don't think they belong in there either.
But like these are the conversations that are happening around that program right now this season. A win over Pitt would go a long way.
Wait, Boise State's 6-3. I'm sorry.
Okay. Not good.
Yeah.
They're 6-3 in the Mountain West or wherever the hell they're at.
NC State's 5-4.
Okay.
Arkansas is what, like 5-5 or something like that?
No, there's no way. Does Arkansas have 5 wins?
No, they might. They're 2-7. Sorry.
Okay, all right. Yeah, no. Notre Dame's best games are losses. You got to get some wins on the resume against good teams. They have the win over USC. A win over Pitt would do wonders for them. I'm not going to give them Navy, but Navy might be competent. Boise State might be competent, but that's not going to be enough to get you into the CFP when you've got somebody like Vanderbilt amassing the resume that they have. Vanderbilt win out, they'd have wins over Tennessee and a win over who am I blanking that Vanderbilt?
Vanderbilt, an SEC team.
Missouri? A win over Missouri as well.
Yeah.
Right. So
South Carolina, then do they beat?
No, that's again, I'm not giving nobody credit for beating South Carolina.
All right, my number 2 game, staying in the SEC because it just means more. Oklahoma and Alabama face off tomorrow, 2:30 from Tuscaloosa. Remember last year, Alabama went to Oklahoma and lost against Oklahoma's backup quarterback. Was it Jackson Arnold? It was the backup quarterback for Oklahoma, came in and played great and beat them. Tomorrow in Tuscaloosa, Kalen DeBoer hasn't lost a home game in Tuscaloosa since he's become the coach of Alabama. The more you watch Alabama play, the more confusing it is how in the world they lost to Florida State at the start of the season. It looks like a totally different team. Because that Florida State game, you remember Ty Simpson was running for his life. Like Florida State was just in the backfield on every single play. Now they're like throwing the ball quick. They're getting it out to the outside. They're using those receivers, Jeremy Bernard and Ryan Williams. Ty Simpson's been awesome. The defense is what it's kind of always been at Alabama, maybe not quite as ferocious as they used to be. I think I'd like Alabama in this game. And Oklahoma, like they're coming off a bye week. Maybe Mateer's hand's a little better because he's kind of struggled since he had the hand injury. But a big game for both these teams. And for Oklahoma, again, this is like if you're going to be in the playoff, you got to win this game.
Yeah.
So, and Alabama, I think like this is a chance for them to prove like that game to Florida State was a hiccup. This is who we are. We beat Georgia. We can beat big teams. And so I'm kind of curious to see which Alabama team shows up and if they're sustaining it for all 4 quarters.
Alabama right now undefeated in the SEC.
Yeah.
A loss would throw things into all types of weird tiebreaker scenarios. I think.
Yeah.
Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss, all sitting there with 1 loss. Texas also sitting there with
Texas
1
A&M's
loss.
undefeated, right? Yeah.
Texas A&M is undefeated.
But Alabama beat Georgia. Georgia beat Ole Miss. Did Alabama beat Ole Miss?
I don't think
so. I don't think they played.
They played.
Yeah, they didn't play. So Alabama plays Oklahoma, Eastern Illinois, and Auburn the rest of the way. Yeah. So you figure they run the table.
If you want to get to the SEC championship game and leave no doubt about who's supposed to be there, this is the game. You got to win this game. My next game up this week is I can't remember what is it. It's USC Iowa.
Yeah.
USC Iowa. 2 teams who have no business with a shot to get into the CFP and to be in a Big Ten championship game. But here we are, lo and behold, there they go. USC and Iowa, both with a shot to get to the Big Ten title game, still right there in their grasp, still right there. USC has the loss out of conference to Notre Dame, but they've only got one conference loss. They got some pretty big games coming up with Iowa this week, and then I do believe next week or the week after that, they play Oregon, so they need this win. And I was looking to knock off somebody, avenge, to get that yucky taste out of their mouth. They should have beat Oregon. They had Oregon and didn't quite pull off the upset at home. This is a classic Big Ten matchup showdown. Heartland versus the Coast. Let's get it going, man. Classic.
Yeah.
I can't wait. USC is, we saw, and I tell people, I've told people about this. Folks didn't believe me because you don't play Iowa in Kinnick Stadium with an explosive offense. You just don't do it.
Yeah.
But it's like, hey, Oregon's going to go in there because I've seen this happen. I've seen Penn State, Michigan, Ohio State, Michigan State go there and just, why do they look so incompetent on offense? USC has arguably best quarterback and best wide receiver in the nation, right? The best quarterback wide receiver combo in the nation. Certainly, you could make the argument for them being the best in the Big Ten.
Yeah. Well, Ohio State.
You could throw them in there and make the argument for them, is all I'm saying. They're top 3, top 4 combo. They're going to face an Iowa defense that is going to yuck this thing up. And Iowa football is going to yuck this thing up. If they can handle this is a welcome to the Big Ten moment for USC right here, where this explosive offense is going to play this miserable excuse for a football team. Maybe you get 20 points. Probably not. Can you win the game, though?
What if we find out that Iowa's like drugging the water or something? Like there's
You think Iowa's going to pull a Minnesota?
There might be something going on because, like you said, all these teams come in there and just can't do anything. Like, and at some point, you got to be like, all right, like Iowa's not that good on defense.
You know, that's the
I've never heard that. No.
Big Ten. You know, Big Ten is a conference of trophies in football.
I don't really follow the Big Ten.
I understand. Michigan and Minnesota play for the Little Brown Jug.
Yes, I know that one.
So you know the jug. You know the story behind the jug?
No.
Michigan believes Minnesota poisoned the water one year. So the next year they went to play Minnesota, they brought their own water jugs and wouldn't drink the Minnesotan water. And then after winning, they left one of the brown jugs. And instead of Minnesota having the common decency to mail us a damn brown jug back, we sent them a letter, because this is in like 1900-something or another.
Yeah.
Sent them a letter like, hey, we left our jug. Can you mail it to us? They're like, no, you can play us for it. And boom, that became the trophy. Like, you water poisoning them efforts. Get out of here.
Sounds like a challenge in Red Dead Redemption or something. There's a liquor store on Summer Avenue called Little Brown Jug or something like that. It's the Brown Jug Liquor or something like that. And it's got like a cartoon of a guy with a brown jug up on there.
So maybe Iowa is poisoning everybody's water, because Minnesota do.
How do they do that? Like every game, no matter how good your offense is, you come in there in Iowa and you come away with 13 points.
18.
15. Yeah, it's like some random number. All right, let's go one more. I got Memphis ECU as my third game. I just want to see how Memphis finishes this thing out. They should have been in the playoff hunt. They were a week ago. Then you lose that terrible game last week against Tulane. So now you got East Carolina, you got Navy to finish the season. Now you're 8-2. You have a chance to finish with 10 wins. Are they able to do it? East Carolina scores a lot of points. So I want to see if Memphis is able to compete and stick around and see how you finish the season out. See if these guys buy in and continue to keep playing week after week.
Ditto. My next game will be Rams and whoever the hell the Rams are playing. Who are they playing?
Seahawks. Yeah.
Division showdown. We also broke this game down on the odds couple of Grind City.
Both these teams are 7-2 against the spread this year.
7-2 overall, 7-2 against the spread. NFC West positioning on the line here. That really good Seahawks defense versus a really explosive Rams offense. This is going to be fun. I look forward to seeing this, man.
I was just reading through the chat trying to catch up. Last one I got, just because I'm a masochist. I got Panthers and the Falcons. The Falcons.
What a game!
Well, I'm at Jalen's talking trash. The Panthers beat us 30-0 earlier this season. The one thing I'm at the point with this Falcons team, CJ, where I want us to be close in every game and lose the rest of the way.
Okay.
So I'd like the players to have the experience of being in competitive situations, but I want Raheem Morris fired and the staff out of there. So I want the Falcons to be close. I'd like Michael Penix to have a chance to throw some passes, Bijan do his thing. But I'd like us to lose so we get the coaching staff out of there and get a new coaching staff in there. And I'm fine with the front office going too. Get them all out of there.
Clean it out.
It's time, man. We've had these guys in there for a while now, and clearly this is not the way it's supposed to be going. What are the Falcons now? 3-6 or something like that. It's been a mess. So I'm looking at the standings right now. Yeah, Falcons are 3-6. Yeah. Crazy part is they're still a couple games out of the NFC South lead. Tampa Bay 6-3. But anyway, Falcons Panthers for battle for second place in the NFC South. I'll be watching on Crack Streams. Go ahead.
I got Chiefs Broncos as my last game. We talked about both of these teams earlier in the show. It's a AFC West showdown, and it is that really good Broncos defense and a really good Chiefs offense and a really good Chiefs defense and Bo Nix, right? How close are the Broncos to being like legitimately good, legit title contenders? Because you're going to be, if you just go position by position comparison, everywhere but at quarterback, it's close.
Yeah.
I'm not saying one side is better than the other side. I think it's close everywhere but at quarterback. Can your quarterback just not F this thing up?
No, I don't trust Bo Nix.
I don't trust him either. Yeah. But this game is going to be fun to watch. We're going to find out some things.
Of all the quarterbacks you trust not to mess it up, Mahomes is probably pretty high on that list, right?
Mahomes is past not mess up. Like, there are quarterbacks you want to
Mahomes
not mess up.
can win you the game.
He'll win games, seasons, playoffs, Super Bowls.
And of all the quarterbacks who might mess it up, Bo Nix is really high on that list. Might be at the top.
Is he not at the top?
He might be his own list. Might be the Bo Nix All-Stars, guys who might mess it up for you. So, yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting game. Is that the Sunday Night Football game? Chiefs Broncos?
I think it is.
I think it is, yeah. All right. Anyway, got a lot of good games coming up this weekend, and it looks like awesome weather tomorrow, so I'm pretty excited to get the fire going outside and watch Georgia, Texas tonight. I'm going to cook some beef.
Let's go.
Longhorns.
Yeah.
Georgia's going to cook them up. My son said Longhorns aren't cows. I was like, yeah, they are. They're just cows with horns, aren't they?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
They're bovine. I don't think they're cows, but they're bovine.
Bevo came after Uga a couple years ago. You remember the mascots? And guess who got out the way? Uga, that's right. All right, one more break. We're going to come back here. We're going to talk about some TGIF stories. You're watching the Jessica Benson Show here on Grind City Media.
The Grizzlies are the one thing everyone in the family can agree on. So join us every Sunday this season for Sunday Family Fun Days. It's a steal at just $35 and includes a ticket to the game, a $10 food voucher, post-game free throws on the court, and a meet and greet with mascot Grizz. Space is limited, so grab your tickets now for this unique experience your family won't soon forget. Go to grizzlies.com/Sunday and have a fun day.
Calling all collectors! Topps NBA basketball trading cards are back. It's available in the Grizzlies Den by Fanatics and online at Topps.com. Rip into bold color parallels, electric inserts, relics, and autographed cards from today's biggest stars and the next-gen talent. Look out for rookie cards of Cooper Flagg and Dylan Harper, plus Grizzlies favorites John Morant, Jalen Wells, and so many more. You don't want to miss this drop. Grab your set before it's gone.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Grizz Nation gets set for tip-off 1 hour before every Grizzlies home game with the warm-up show. Get the latest news, notes, and analysis live from courtside at FedEx Forum.
Who's going to be the tougher team that rebounds and prevents second-chance opportunities?
Join me, Lang Whitaker, along with Michael Wallace, Jessica Benson, and other personalities from Grind City Media, Memphis, and around the NBA. 1 hour before every home game, live at Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Grizz Nation, don't foul out on dinner plans. Hit Sticks Express in downtown Memphis instead. Fresh hibachi, steak, shrimp, sushi tacos, and yes, our legendary sake slushy to keep things cool. Order online with code STIX901, STIX 901, and knock 10% off your tab. It's the perfect pick and roll for game night. Sticks Express, fast, fresh, always a slam dunk. And hey, come see us at our Collierville location too.
Welcome back to the Jessica Benson Show. I'm Lane Whitaker. He's CJ Hurt. Jalen's over there coming up with the craziest graphics he can find. Just throw them up in between if you want, whatever, Jalen. We're going to get through some TGIF stories because it's Friday and we're going to have fun to get out of here on this weekend. We also talk about music a lot on Fridays on this show. CJ, did you see that Dave Burgess passed away?
No, who is Dave Burgess?
Dave Burgess passed away at 90 years old. I didn't know who Dave Burgess was either, but he wrote one of the most iconic songs ever, Tequila. Yeah, I think people know it as the Pee Wee Herman song, right?
I think so. I know it from Sandlot. That's the song playing when they dip and they vomit all over the place. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. And I think you heard a lot of college football games. It's like a band song, marching band.
We used to. I don't know if we're still blasting Tequila.
When I was in ninth grade going into high school, they had a meeting, for all the ninth graders orientation. And the band teacher got up and he was he was this kind of nerdy dude. And he's like, hey, if you want to join the band, we're going to play some fun music this year, including songs like this. And he pulled out a trombone and he played Tequila just by himself. Da, 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 da. And when he got to the chorus, he was like, da, 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 da. And everyone in the crowd went, Tequila.
Just very dry.
It wasn't really an inspiring case to join the band at my high school. But anyway, RIP Dave Burgess. I wonder how much money he made off that song. You figure he had to rate that song is one of the most iconic songs ever, right?
Yeah. It's a recognizable song. I think it's a song that everybody knows.
I wonder if he had the copyrights to
the
it,
royalties and everything.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. Anaheim Ducks gave away some duck feet at the game, or giving away duck feet at the game. They gave away masks earlier this season that were the hockey mask. But now they're giving away at the game slippers, I suppose.
But were they hockey masks or were they the
duck one?
The
duck hockey mask
from the Mighty Ducks cartoon. Yeah.
They gave those away earlier this season. Now they're giving away these shoes. Not the best photo of them. But there you go. They look like Crocs, I guess, like duck Crocs.
Yeah.
Would you wear those?
No, not at all.
No, not around the house.
Are they soft? If they're soft, I'll wear them around the house.
They look like Crocs.
Okay. Are Crocs soft?
Oh, they're the best.
Okay.
I own maybe 40, 50 pairs of shoes. I own a lot of shoes. Crocs are the most comfortable shoes I own.
Okay.
Totally worth, what are they, $60, $70?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're worth it. My wife won't let me wear them out of the house. but they are really comfortable. And you can I have the Crocs now. They have them with a sort of a sole on them.
Okay.
So I wear them to around the house, but then I can go take the trash out, go in the backyard, all that kind of stuff. I'm a Star Wars dude. It's one of my favorite things. We were talking about Disney World earlier. One of my favorite things at Disney World is the Galaxy's Edge and going to all the Star Wars stuff. George Lucas is opening a museum. I think this is in California because that's where the Skywalker Ranch is, or whatever they call the thing. George Lucas is opening a museum of Star Wars stuff. And did you see the design of this thing, CJ?
Not until you sent it. What is that? Is that supposed to be something, or is that just a cool ass shape?
Just a cool shape,
Okay,
I think.
cool.
It's the Lucas Museum of Narrative Arts, which is going to open in 2026. He says this is a museum of the people's art. There's also a bunch of Star Wars stuff in there, which is make it cool. But there's also art from all sorts of artists. Gordon Parks, Alison Bechtel, Kadir Nelson, Norman Rockwell, all kinds of stuff. But it's George Lucas, so you want it to have some Star Wars stuff too. So there's supposedly going to be a life-size Naboo starfighter, General Grievous on his wheel bike.
Oh.
Vintage comics, including Marvel and DC, and concept art for Indiana Jones. So would you go to this museum, CJ?
No, probably not.
Right.
But I understand why people are excited about it. If I was into it, I couldn't.
It looks like something out of Fortnite. Like
yeah,
the design of it.
For whatever reason, I just can't get into Star Wars. But I understand how people are and why people are. Like that's cool. I would take my wife. She loves Star Wars.
Oh,
she is into that.
Yeah.
So I would take her. Yeah, absolutely.
I'd be into it.
Yeah, that's fun. And because it's fresh on my mind because we just did it. Like Rise of Resistance was pretty fun.
Amazing, right?
Not just the ride itself, but walking through the stormtroopers and all of those types of things as well, right? Like it's cool. So getting a whole museum dedicated to that and some other things seems like fun. I do enjoy a good museum, and I bet this will be a good museum.
I remember we were at Galaxy's Edge. You know, they have like guys dressed up like stormtroopers walking around and stuff, and they'll interact with people. And there was a guy there who was in his 20s wearing like a Star Wars shirt. He might have had a cape on or something, and he bought one of those like $300 replica lightsabers, and he had it over his shoulder. And he said something to the stormtrooper guy, and the guy turned around and was like, "Yeah, sure, Jedi." It was so dismissive. It was so great. The guy was just like, turned and walked off. All right, Pepsi, who owns a bunch of snack food stuff. This might be changing your life, CJ. They announced Thursday that they're going to put out Cheetos and Doritos that are colorless alternatives. So we're living in a post-colored world for Cheetos and Doritos. They're calling them simply NKD, naked.
Okay.
Simply naked. No color, no artificial flavors, same intensity.
All right.
That's naked Cheetos and Doritos. A snacking revolution or a renaissance, if you will, they said in a statement. Okay. Would you try these?
Yeah. We'll see. I love Doritos. I also really like Cheetos. I can't eat them anymore. It really makes my tummy hurt. And so if it's the dye's doing it, this could be a way for me to continue to eat the snacks I love.
don't think the dye is going to make much of a impact on the artificial flavors is what makes it taste good.
Well, like I'm willing to experiment.
Yeah.
Like my hope is it's the dyes, not the artificial flavors.
I don't know. I've lost like 30, 40 pounds since the start of the year. I've eaten chips one time in the last 3 months, and it was on the golf course a couple weeks ago, and I got a thing of barbecue. Some of the guys I'm playing with got like a Bloody Mary and a beer at the turn. I got a small bag of barbecue chips, and the guy I was riding with was like, "You didn't like go get a little treat for yourself?" I was like, "These are it. I've had barbecue chips one time. I could eat a whole bag of Doritos every night if I wanted to, but I don't."
I could also, if I just did not care about the uncomfortableness.
Cheetos or Doritos, which is your favorite?
I like the spicy Doritos.
Okay.
The spicy nacho cheese joints.
Jalen just moaned.
He knows. That's what I like. I also like the Cheeto puff balls.
Yeah.
The balls, not the Cheeto puffs, but if it's the ball, I love the balls in my mouth.
I like the thing at Walmart when they sell like the giant thing of the balls.
Yes.
You know, like there's like $6 for like
$6 for those
500
balls.
of those little
Give
things.
me those cheesy balls, man. Give them to me.
I'm a Doritos guy. The thing the Cheetos, it's hard for me to get over how it gets on my fingers. I don't like having the orange fingers. Maybe that's the simply naked thing is you won't turn your fingers like fluorescent orange.
I love the orange fingers. There's nothing better than after
wash
eating
your hands afterwards.
Wash them, I'm licking them joints clean.
Yeah, but you can't. Like,
yes, I can.
No.
You don't know what
You're
this
still
mouth do,
gonna have-
Lane.
You're still
It
gonna
does
have
amazing stuff, dog.
some skid marks on your fingers
No,
afterwards.
I get all the marks off. I get them all off. I wonder what they're going to be priced. Like, it's already.
It's probably going to be a little more.
This is the other part about chips. I don't know when the last time you bought a bag. They're way too damn expensive.
Yeah, a big
They're
bag's like $5-6,
Come
right?
on, man. And it's not even a big bag. It's just the big bag for now. But that bag of chips, when we were younger, it's like, yo, come on, man. That used to be like $1.50 or something.
Yeah.
I
was thinking
I
about
hate how
like,
much they're priced.
Cokes in a can used to be 50 cents, and the ones in the plastic bottles were $1.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I used to go to a corner store with like $2 and a dime.
Yeah.
Man, get 3 bags of the little chips and a bottle of drink.
Did you bring
and
a
a little Debbie snack cake? Like, come on, man. What
Did
are
you
we
bring
doing?
a penny with you?
I did.
Because you can't do it anymore.
Oh no.
So the
Well,
U.S.
hold on, wait.
The United States announced.
Bow.
There you go. The
There's
United
a
States
penny.
announced earlier this week they made the last penny. Wednesday in Philadelphia at the Philadelphia Mint. It says the final penny was minted on Wednesday at the Philadelphia Mint after over 230 years in circulation as a useful coin flip device. A vehicle cast into lucky ponds and the smallest form of U.S. currency. I don't like pennies as a coin flip device.
No,
I think
it's
the
way too
quarter's
small.
the best. Yeah.
You need something bigger, quarter
Yeah,
or a nickel.
little weight.
We're
Yeah.
not flipping dimes and pennies. No, that's
the
way
dollar.
too small.
The dollar coin was like that's what they use in
Yeah.
the NFL, right? Or the special ones with like certain things on it. Today we retired the penny, said the Secretary of the Treasury. I saw like there were stories talking about like at fast food places and like what are they going to do without like will they just round prices
They're
up?
going to round everything up.
But it's not like pennies are going like we still have pennies. They're just not
Yes.
making more.
Right.
So like we can still use them. I would assume.
I'm going to get my pennies in circulation. I have a piggy bank that is full of loose change, mostly pennies, and I'm going to. You can't see the penny on my forehead because I'm the same color as a penny, but so I can get these pennies back in circulation where they belong because they're just going to round everything up. They're going to make everything more expensive. So
Yeah.
instead of it being 53 cents, some dollars and 53 cents, they're going to say, "Oh no, take it up to 60." Take it up to 55, right? Like it's just I understand, but I do not like what's finna happen.
U.S.
I'll do it
Mint,
again?
The U.S.
Bow.
Mint
Here we
loses
go.
$85 million making pennies a year.
Okay, well,
It costs 2 cents to make a penny, which
thought
is
it cost
worth 1
4.
cent. No, according to our president, he said they're 2 cents.
Well.
This is so wasteful. Let's rip the waste out of our great nation's budget, even if it's a penny at a time. So yeah, I mean, RIP the penny, I guess. I barely carry cash anymore, so I never carry change.
yeah, I got to go to a wedding this week, and I'm sure it's going to be like open bar type situation. I have to have cash on hand to tip
Yeah,
there.
I
Otherwise,
stopped on
don't
the
know
way
what
to
do.
the Georgia Mississippi State game last week and got cash because I assumed like parking,
Yeah.
like it's there's some situations in life that are still like cash friendly or you need cash to get through them. But I don't know if change, like I hate change. I don't like to carry change and I never carry change anymore. So like I don't know if you're gonna need that anymore. What else we got? The fake nurse in Florida story. Did you read this?
No, I missed this entirely.
This is crazy. So there was some woman in Florida who said she was a nurse and had a job as a nurse. 29-year-old woman who treated more than 4,000 patients, took vitals, administered medications, performed procedures that she didn't do training for. And they only uncovered it later when they realized like her credentials didn't quite add up to what they were supposed to be.
When she was trying to get a promotion, right?
I think so, yeah. They later realized she'd been working on the floor longer than anyone else, and she just blended in. And she was like, I mean, there's also something to be said here, I think, for like being competent at a job and being able to just fake it till you make it, I guess.
We're assuming she's competent, right?
She must have been if she
we don't know.
treated 4,000 patients.
Yeah.
That's like that job, if you have a failure at it, it's pretty noticeable.
We don't know what the type of nurse she was, though, right?
I mean, what's the least impactful type of nurse? Nurses are awesome people, man. I was in the hospital in March. Like nurses do a lot of great things. Like they're important for you. So anyway, that's a crazy story.
Do the hippos, and then we'll get out of here.
Let's talk about the hippos. There was a hippo. I don't even know what it is. It just says Hippo Crossing.
Hippos in South Africa. I do believe St. Lucia, South Africa. Just in the middle of the street, just walking around the street. You're driving down the street, and you see this crossing. Like, we see squirrels around here. I see stray dogs around here.
I like how they look like they're waiting their turn.
They are, and they're just walking. What the people are doing, just standing outside of their vehicles, videotaping these animals.
Yeah, hippos are like terrifying. I would stay away
monsters.
from them. Yeah.
They're the most deadly animal to man on the planet. They kill for fun. They don't even eat you. They just kill you. Somebody honks their car at it. It's like, yo, what the hell are you doing?
They're like a pickup truck coming at you too.
Come on.
There's a sign of a hippo there, so they must be used to them hanging out there. See that sign?
No, that sign is about recycling. So that's just a logo for encouraging people to recycle, I do believe.
I would assume it was just like, hey, hippos hang out here.
Hippo Crossing.
Hippo Crossing, yeah. That's what it looks like.
Oh, can you imagine just driving down the street and hitting
No,
the
I
hippo? The hippo's going to be fine.
Yeah, your car's going to get jacked up.
And you're going to be jacked up.
Yeah. All right, we made it through today. CJ, appreciate you having me in here. Jessica's back on Monday. Gary Parrish show is coming up in a little bit. I'm actually going to be on the GP show to talk about, we didn't even talk about Grizz Gaming's coming back.
Oh.
Jaron Jackson, latest member of the Grizz Gaming team, was announced yesterday. But GP's coming up at 10. Chris Vernon's coming up at noon. Grizzlies playing this weekend. And for CJ, for Jalen, I'm Lang. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Go Dogs!
Thanks, man.